Hey guys, and welcome back to Gabbin with Jessa. Today I am very excited because I'm going to be starting comic book reviews here on Gabbin with Jessa. I've never really read comic books before. I used to read them when I was little. I would read Powerpuff Girls and Sailor Moon. But then after this whole Marvel craze hit and I got really into the Marvel movies, I'm like, you know what, maybe I should actually start reading the books that these characters were created on. And I am so excited that I have loved it so far. I'm reading different ones, whether the characters have been involved in the Marvel movies or not. I'm just trying to explore everything that I can, and then hopefully I'll like this enough and want to reach out to, DC or any other comic book studios out there, because I really think that this is an interesting art form and something that I think a lot of people should get back into, because yes, it is reading, yes, there is story, but there's also so much more. It's not just a picture book with words or anything like that about superheroes. There's a lot more to these comic books or graphic novels, and I'm really excited to get into that. Now, the first series I want to talk about, because she was my favorite character, one of my favorite characters in the MCU, she was my favorite character in Black Panther. Absolutely loved her, and that is Shuri. Now, Shuri is a 10-issue collection that has been broken down into 2 different trade paperbacks. So we have Shuri Volume 1, The Search for Black Panther, and Shuri Volume 2, 24/7 Vibranium. Now, this series was written by Nadia Okorafor, with issues number 6 and 7 in Volume 2 being written by Beta Ayala. Volume 1 was illustrated by Leonardo Romero and Jody Belair. Issues 6 and 7 was illustrated by Paul Davidson and Triona Farrell, and issues number 8 and 10 were illustrated by Rachel Scott and Carlos Lopez. In the series, Shuri has created a spaceship for T'Challa so that way he can go explore a wormhole with the hero Manifold. They get sent off into space, and after 2 weeks they have officially lost communication. We have no word about Black Panther. We haven't heard from him, seen him, anything like that. He is lost on all of the radars, and Wakanda is now without its Black Panther. In this, a group of women ask Shuri that they need to step up. Her mother is very persistent on this and saying that you need to take on the role of Black Panther. Now, Shuri has stepped up in the mantle of Black Panther before, however, it did not end up well for her. Well, she ended up dying and visiting the spirit world of Wakanda, who were able to bring her back, but now she is very resistant. She does not want to be Black Panther again. That is not who she is. She is just here to help create the tech for her brother, and all she wants to do is find her brother. She doesn't care about being Black Panther. She just wants T'Challa back. Now, this was such a fun series to read because, like I said, I absolutely love Shuri. She was not only my favorite character in Black Panther, but I also loved her within the MCU. She's one of my favorites, and so it was really fun to be able to read a series, one of my first series that I've actually read the whole collection worth, and have it just focus on her. This didn't have, Black Panther was in it, but he wasn't the main focus, with Shuri, having her fun times. This was all about her, and I absolutely loved that. I had so much fun with it because she is such a fun character. She's just so smart and clever and witty, and she's a scientist, and I love everything about that. It's just so inspirational, I think. One thing that I also really liked about this is that we also got to explore the Wakandan roots deeper, which was really fun, especially more of like the spirit world and the ancestors and everything like that, because that is who Shuri is now connected to because of her past history as being the Black Panther. And so it really goes deeper into that culture, which I know Wakanda isn't a real place, but it's still just fascinating to me reading about different heritages and cultures and seeing that there probably was inspiration from African culture into that, and I think that is just so much fun to read about. Also in this series, it's really woman focused, and I'm really about that. It was a lot of fun to see a lot of cool ladies in this, but we also have a lot of fun characters in this as well. We get some special guest appearances by some of the most random MCU characters there have ever been. I did rate both of these books 4 out of 5 stars. I did have a lot of fun with it. However, there were some kind of confusing parts, and it did come to a kind of abrupt ending for reasons I'm not really 100% sure about, but the series has ended with issue number 10. Like I said, we got to see a lot of different characters, not just that we've seen through the MCU, but a lot of fun ones as well that were introduced that were new to me, or that I'd heard about before, maybe within other franchises that I got to learn more about, and it was so much fun. I really liked that this was my first collection comic book experience, and I have read now a collection on Thanos, on Invisible Woman, and it is just so much fun. I can't wait to read more and just talk about it. There are a few spoilers that I would like to mention, so I'm going to be throwing my spoiler warning up on the screen now, and I'll also have it linked below at what time spoilers start, so that way if you want to read these, and then you can come back to it, see what else I have to say, come and do that. Or if you want to stick around because you have read these or you just want to hear what I say, spoilers are going to be beginning now. One of the things I really didn't like about this was that I said it came to an abrupt ending, but we never find out what happens to T'Challa and Manifold. They're just still kind of out there in space, and Shuri's just like, yes, I'm going to go and figure out what happened. But like, we couldn't find some sort of a conclusion for this. I understand that I think the author she couldn't continue on this anymore, which is fine, but it just seems like it was such an abrupt ending. They're just like, okay, bye. But like, we didn't conclude it to what we started with. We had a lot of fun and random stories here and there that I thought were gonna lead us to finding T'Challa, but they never really did. I don't really know. It was just really weird that it came to such an abrupt ending because I wasn't expecting it, and I wish we got a little bit more of a wrap up because it was not that satisfying. I mean, we had Groot and Rocket in there fighting like a giant, I don't know, space bug that was in more than enough issues, which was fun, but like I said, if we concluded with finding out what the heck happened to T'Challa, I would really like that. If anyone does know that if there's kind of a continuation on this, whether it's like through a Black Panther collection, please let me know because I am desperate to find out where the heck he is. I think my favorite characters in this besides Shuri were Storm and Muti. I thought they were a lot of fun. Muti was definitely a twist I wasn't expecting. He wasn't introduced towards later to the end. We know him because he's a hacker friend of Shuri's, but we don't get to actually meet him until the end, and I really like that. And him and Storm have that shared connection of being mutants, so that was a lot of fun. But I also wish that we got to explore Manza a little bit. They had her, you know, go off to space and was the space bug at one point, but then they didn't really do much with her after that. And I feel like they could have done a lot more. Maybe if we had more issues in this collection, that's probably where she would have been played in, but she was really interesting. I really liked her because she was just kind of a normal average girl that kind of just got thrown into this. So yeah, more of her would have been a lot of fun. So that's my review on the Shuri collection consisting of issues Shuri number 1 through 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you want to see more comic book reviews like this? And if you do, please give a like on this video and subscribe because that will really help out the channel. But until next time, keep on gabbing.